Welcome to the Tech Sales Funnels podcast, where we dive deep and answer the ultimate question, how did you hack into tech sales? Each week, we bring you inspiring stories, proven strategies, and insider tips from top performers who've cracked the code to break into tech sales and thrive. Whether you're just starting out, making a career pivot, or ready to level up, this is your go-to space for actionable advice and real-world success stories. Let's crack the code together, because hacking into tech sales isn't just a dream, it's your next move. Now with your host, the founder of Tech Sales Funnels and the tech sales hacker himself, Davison Da Silva.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Tech Sales Funnel podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Scott Blostein. He's a coach, and he helps people transition to tech sales. And if you feel stuck in your earning potential, transitioning to six figures, he's the guy. I found him on LinkedIn. There's a lot of people on LinkedIn helping other people transition to tech sales. And I reached out to him. Super cool guy. I'll let him introduce himself in just a second, but I paid close attention. He has an amazing career, and now he's helping others. So I'm going to bring him to the stage. Let's go.
Hey,
Scott, how are you?
Hey, doing good, Davison. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much. I was just introducing you. We literally met today for the first time. We chat quickly, but LinkedIn world is a very small world, and we can meet all sorts of people and amazing, just like you are. And I'm glad. Thank you so much for making the time today to talk a little bit about your journey, your story, and how you're helping people get better jobs, transition to tech sales. So let's go ahead and have you introduce yourself in your own words, and we're going to go from there. The goal of this podcast is to help and inspire other people, and I'm pretty sure your story is going to help many people.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate you having me on. And it's always great meeting like-minded folks as well that are looking to help make people better and help get them into awesome tech sales jobs. So I really appreciate what you're doing with the podcast and what you're doing for like the whole community of people out there as a whole. A little bit about myself. I had a 10-year run with working for some of the biggest tech sales companies on the planet. I had zero tech experience prior to getting into them, zero sales experience as well, but had a really good career working for Oracle, Salesforce, Shopify, and ClickUp before wanting to give back to the community and start coaching to help people land jobs and also accelerate once they've got into those positions as well.
That's awesome, man. And your story is amazing. Like, I hope we have time to dive a little bit deeper. And right now, thanks so much for the introduction. I want to jump right into the answering the question of this podcast, which is, how did you hack into tech sales? You can take your time and go step by step.
Yeah, for sure. I think like most people in their 20s, they didn't really know what to do with their life, or weren't really necessarily feeling as like fulfilled as they wanted to. I had a number of different jobs in my 20s and never really felt like I was at the earning potential I wanted to be, nor like really felt like I was ever really passionate about what I was doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
I had some friends that were doing sales, and really started off there just in terms of like asking them a little bit more about their jobs, what they really liked. And a lot of the things that I really liked about it, like outside of earning potential, was like really the communicating with people on a daily basis. I'm very extroverted, so I love chatting people and connecting with people, but also helping able to solve problems as well. It took a lot of research in the early stages, a lot of like building your network up, of just even starting off with friends, understanding about the exact roles, because there's so many different types of sales roles out there. So seeing which one interested you the most. And then also, like, I'm a big reader. The first sales book I ever read was The Challenger Sale. And that really inspired me to learn more about it as a whole, but also like really understood like what this whole crazy world of sales I was getting myself into.
So you did a lot of research. I talked to a lot of people, friends. what did they tell you? Like, were friends who were already in tech sales, and then or they were in the industry? How that went, that conversation, and tell us a little bit more about your very first job in tech sales. How was the process to apply and to get into that specific job?
Yeah, for sure. So I think like before went down this whole path, like my idea of sales were like literally just thinking about like car salesmen and like those type of roles. But really, what I found out along the journey was it was more about like the discovery aspect of it, and being able to just like stay curious and help solve challenges. I would say for anyone looking to transition into tech sales, like try and find some like transferable skills slash past experience that can easily help get you in there. So, for example, I was working a marketing job at that time and had a marketing background, and I leveraged that to find my first BDR role at Oracle, where I was working for the Oracle Marketing Cloud. So I didn't necessarily have the technology background or the sales background, but I knew marketing really well, and I'd be able to help talk to marketers and solve marketers' challenges based off of what we were doing. So that was a really key area to get in. In terms of actually getting into the role, I'm a big proponent of not applying to job boards, but networking your way into organizations. So yeah, for all of the jobs I've ever got into, I've actually never applied to a job board.
Oh,
Built a strong network up of people that can refer me in uh,
okay.
into a role. So that's really important as well. So yeah, for this one, my roommate at the time said he had a friend who was working at Oracle and put me in contact with her, and she helped also coach me through like the interview process that I had with Oracle. And yeah, luckily, actually, Oracle was the second tech job I even applied to, so I didn't have a lengthy job search, but finding a mentor along the way who can coach you through the interview process is really huge.
Hey, even better. So you're truly a hacker, man. You're able to go behind. Um, don't even apply on the website. You didn't have to, even do the LinkedIn search. You were like straight network. You found the right people, and you were able to get recommendations. You have to get coaching on your interview process. That's amazing. Like I keep telling people, hey, it's all about who you know. At the end of the day, your resume can be the most amazing. Your LinkedIn can be the most, amazing profile. But if you don't know people, if you're not connecting with the right people, uh, that's the code right there, right? The secret code is like people, right? People can get you the door. People are gonna be hiring you. People are gonna be your next manager. So it's all about people, and you're able to master that skill and confidently, not even have to apply for jobs. That's amazing.
For,
Um,
for sure. Like,
BDR,
sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say like look at the way that I look at it is this way. It's like this is like when it comes to like the job search, it's not a product problem in the sense of you being like the product. It's really a marketing problem, and how you go about marketing yourself. So, for example, like if you're in your local grocery store. And you're going through the tomato sauce aisle, you're going to see about like 50 to 100 cans of tomato sauce, and you really don't know what's different from each. That's exactly what it's like when you hit the apply now button on LinkedIn. Your resume is just going somewhere and you're in a mix of people and there's really nothing that's helping you stand out. But the reality is like you have to treat the job search like it's a sale. So you have to go and like reach out to the hiring managers and different people within the organization on a more strategic level, so you can go and break into them and have a really good sense of showing those skill sets within the position as well. In fact, I did a poll last week on LinkedIn asking
Uh-huh.
hire managers how they prefer to get in touch with how candidates prefer to get in touch with them. And
Mhm.
100%, every single sales hiring manager said it really shows initiative when someone can reach out to them directly about an open role.
Wow, amazing. Ooh, if you're listening to this right now, he just dropped like maybe like two or three like super I would call the secret nuggets there. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm applying for like 200 jobs. I'm not getting a job interview because you're just another tomato can, right, on the grocery store. I love that analogy. I'm not gonna forget that one. And what I'm sensing from you, Scott, here, like he mentioned that he was really good at marketing. right? And then he was able to sell himself, market himself properly, and now he's helping other people to do the same, right? So not about the product, not about you. Don't take that personal. It's about how you show yourself to the market and how you show your value, how you can add value to your future employer. That was really really good insight. Um, you start as a BDR. You mentioned as a BDR. Can you tell a little bit more about BDR and like because sometimes people are like they hesitate, they think about starting tech sales, SDR, BDR. They think like, oh my gosh, I'm going backwards, or I'm starting from zero, from scratch as an entry level. Hello, like I have seen BDRs, SDRs making like multiple six figures. Can you tell a little bit more about um, that role and why people should not be hesitating in just starting?
Yeah, no, it's a very fair point, and like I hear it from a lot of folks as well. I think like being a BDR, it's important for a couple different things, and I like highlight this. Like when I look back on my 10-year career, like some of the funnest moments that I had, I was in my late 20s when I actually started off. I think it was 27 when I was a BDR at Oracle. Was like I met like some of my best friends today, like on the BDR floor. Like it definitely builds a lot of strength and grit, getting like put through the salt mines in terms of like making calls, and like it's genuinely a grind. But on top of that, what you're getting back is a really solid foundation from your career, as well as just being able to um, like be able to like leverage a lot of different networks that you can easily build throughout that as well. So I wouldn't look at it as like a step back. I think you're really being able to like create a strong foundation. And if like you look like at a house, for example, like any house on a terrible foundation is not going to last that long. But if
Mhm.
you look at it from a BDR perspective, you get in there, you learn like how to talk to people, how to deal with rejection, how to demo, how to go and like deal with like internal people as well as external people.
Mhm.
There's a lot of really good benefits from there as well. I'm also a really big proponent on people starting at larger companies as opposed to smaller companies. And the
Okay.
reason being, the training is just phenomenal. Like you're going to be able to get world class training if like you work for like an IBM or a Microsoft or a Salesforce or an Oracle, and you're also going to meet a lot of talent within those organizations as well. You can like easily build your networks from and also learn and soak in as much information as you possibly can.
That's so true. So myself, I was able to hack into IBM, right? That was my very first job, 5 years at IBM. Then I transitioned to Microsoft. Starting a big one, open doors to other bigger ones, and 100%. Like one of the reasons I love tech sales is just the ability to learn and grow. And those big organizations, they definitely provide that platform where you can take certifications, courses, go training, seminars, webinars, whatever. Like they really feed you to the point that you can even handle with opportunities to learn. Now, you did it, I did it. There's a lot of people here listening. It can never happen to me. Like, I'm just a teacher or I'm a marketer or I'm a product manager or they're trying to transition, right? They're trying to hack into tech sales. For the big ones, right? Is there any specific strategy that, because you coach a lot of people, is there a specific strategy that you use that's different than for people who are trying to, for example, get into a startup? Is there any one or two very niche specific strategy that you would recommend?
I don't think there's like a specific strategy I would like recommend, and I think everyone's like definition of like the big companies is a little bit smaller. But I think there's a couple of different like things that you really need to make sure that you can do and you stand out. One is just like rapport is really big, and also just like acting as the role as well. So what I have a lot of my students do is like take control of it like they would a deal cycle. So make sure that there's a good upfront contract for those folks that are new to this and don't really know what an upfront contract is. It's just setting like an agenda for a meeting so you know exactly what, like, if we hit all these goals throughout the meeting, can we agree that there will be next steps?
Mm,
Just being able to hold and follow it up on that. So that's one big area that I would definitely focus on. Also, like at the end of the day, like the reality is, and like people won't want to admit this, is that they'll decide if they like you or not within the first 10 minutes of the interview. Just from like the small talk, seeing how you handle yourself, can you build rapport with them? Those are big things. Like at the end of the day, you're going to be spending 40, 50 hours with these people a week,
Mm.
probably more times than your friends and family. So they want to ensure that it's a really good fit and that they can see themselves spending so much time with you and also seeing you grow. There's a couple different things that I coach people on that are 5 different criterias on like what success looks like when they're hiring. Coachability, so being able to show that you can take particular feedback very easily. What's your
Mm.
work ethics like? Just intelligence. You don't need to be a rocket scientist, but like, can you at least have an intelligent conversation with someone? Previous success as well, and just showing that you're KPI driven. And then the last thing would just be like grit and hustle, and that like you're willing to run through a wall in order to get the answers that you would need to figure out.
Love it. Wow. He probably dropped like 5 or 6 very, very important topics there that if you're considering, hope you are listening to this, right? You're considering transitioning to tech sales, that you can think about it and dissect a little bit more to your own resume, to your own uh, profile, right? Um, wow, there's so many places we can go here. This is really good, Scott. Thanks so much for those insights. I had a couple of other questions. So you did tech sales for how many years? About how many years?
10 years, if you can't tell, with all the gray hairs that I have on my head.
Okay, let's start with the gray hair. Then. Let's reset here. Uh, was the gray hair came because of tech sales? I mean, I know there's a tough industry, and I know there's a lot of layoffs, and people like to love to talk about the layoffs. And there's many challenges, but during the time you're there, it was worth it, right? And you did what you could, and now you're helping people as well. So, what was you can be, bluntly and honest, the best parts of being tech sales, and probably the worst parts of being tech sales.
For sure. I think the best parts are like the people along the way. And like on top of that, like so you meet like amazing people, like-minded people. Like some of the best friends that I've had today I've met along my journey from tech sales. There's no doubt about that. Also, benefits that you'll get this really solid foundation for your career. Like the reality is like there's not people that stay in sales forever. There are people that do, but not most people don't. And you can like really build a solid foundation. And like sales is a skill that everyone should have, whether you're like a dentist, a lawyer, an accountant. Like you're gonna need to ask for things. And sales is usually a really good pathway to entrepreneurship or being able to have like different aspects of your career as well. So all in all, it's a great skill to have. Lastly, like just experience wise, like you get to do some awesome experiences, especially for working with like a bigger company. Things like being able to go to like travel to different events or like go and like have like team dinners and things like that. Some of those luxuries you don't necessarily get with like smaller companies, but within my experience that I've been able to get with some larger folks as well. And then lastly, like a really crucial piece to this is just the learning. You're going to be like a lot of these bigger companies invest a lot into different training programs that really set you apart. That are really important to have as well.
Mm-hmm. Anything that caused you to get the gray hair right now?
Oh yeah, from the small. I'm like, look, there's no doubt about this. Like, sales is stressful. Like anyone who tells you otherwise, like, probably hasn't actually like truly hasn't like been in the role itself. But like, it's a roller coaster ride and definitely like a marathon. So either if it's like, yeah, you just closed a big deal and now you have to find the pipeline, so you have to go and do it the exact same thing next month as well. And there's definitely like emotional roller coaster rides that you'll go on as well, up and down throughout the deals. Forecasting, just always staying on top of the game as well. Like I always say that sales is an art. You never fully have it down. Like you should always be a student of the game and
Mhm.
keep on learning throughout the process.
I love it. I love it. Love it. And I like the way you say the student of the game. As you were speaking, I was thinking about the analogy of athletes. You know how you have ups and downs, right? You can be having a really good game, really good quarter, a sales quarter, and then all of a sudden you get hit, or the other team scores, or you lose the deal. There's all this analogy, but hey, high risk, high return, right? It can be a very foundational for a lot of people. Like you said, not many people stay in sales forever, or even consulting, right? It takes a lot of you and your energy and all the things. But I have seen people making their entire career in sales and loving it, right? So it's all about being in the right place, right team, selling the solutions that they love, and all that. Um, let's see, we got a few more minutes here to go. For the people who are on the fence, like is should I go to tech sales or not? Is there any career like that? Whoever is listening now, oh, if you're doing this, it's probably going to help you in tech sales, or if you have this specific one or two skills, you're definitely going to be okay. I know you mentioned a couple of those during the call, but can you can we dive a little bit more into that? Like let's say, for example, I came from the insurance industry. I was already having a quota. I was like 100% commission. I was hustling. I was driven. I was making it happen. Right. Um, you came from marketing, right? So can you tell a little bit more? Any specific profession or anything that will help?
I don't necessarily think it's like an individual profession that like would help from it. Like, at the end of the day, like you're going to be like, you just need to like do some learning on your own, and like also like learning from others, like any other like type of role. So yeah, like I highly like suggest like for people just to like fully understand it. Like now, like everyone has like a wealth of information at their fingertips. Like you can easily go on YouTube. There's so many different like people like yourself and me that can like go and like help teach people about tech sales. That
Mhm.
there's a number of resources that were available now that like transparently 10 years ago might not have been as popular. But yeah, like I would even just like go and check out like different like reading lists that you can see for like top like books to go into sales, and see if it's like the right path for you. It's definitely not for everyone, but it definitely takes a lot of character to stay strong within it as well and be successful. But yeah, no, you definitely have to want to do your research before you hop in.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Um, you mentioned about there's a lot of resources these days. Is there anything that comes to your mind, like top of mind, like a book or like maybe some sort of a training methodology or something that might help someone to get them excited, or anything?
Um, in terms of like books, like I mean, there's like a couple different ones just to see like if like sales is even right for them. One of the ones that I read early in my career was called "What Color Is Your Parachute." Honestly,
Mm,
though, like even outside of like me being like a tech sales coach, like I just worked with the coach in general to help like define like really what I was looking for within my career. And like we found out like early on, like I didn't really necessarily know like tech sales, like this is it. It did
mm,
take like some lot of like personal discovery and like really figuring that out as well. So I remember like I was sitting down with someone who was also just starting their coaching business at this time, and he was talking a lot about the things that like where do I feel like the best, and like what like brings like that out of me the most. And we found out that like hey, I was overall like a really competitive person. I felt the most when I was like competing or playing sports, and like sales is a very competitive type job as well, so like that just seemed to be like more of a natural fit for me and something that I might be happy with. The things that like I dealt with and like where I had some like imposter syndrome from that is just like, well, like I've never sold before. What if I suck? Like what happens? Honestly,
mm-hmm.
just like everything great is on the other side of fear. So I would just say like just be able to like lean into it. Like if there's a lot of people who've been able to figure it out. And I'm sure that you can figure that one out as well.
Cool. No, perfect. And we can close. What have you been doing these days, Scott? Like, what are you currently doing? Can you tell a little bit more about your actual coaching, and it might help someone who's listening today?
Yeah, totally. So I work with people that are looking to transition into either tech sales or have recently been looking to just get into a better opportunity overall. Majority of my clients land a role within 30 to 60 days of working together. We've been able to land some awesome jobs at HubSpot, Airtable, and Deal as well. And the list keeps on growing. So yeah, we work together, do one-on-one coaching, and then obviously help them through the whole interview process and get them somewhere that they're excited about.
Cool. Awesome. So find Scott on LinkedIn, connect with him, send an invite, follow him. You post daily, right? You post a lot of cool stuff on LinkedIn.
Yeah. No, I post on LinkedIn. It's the best place to find me. It's Scott Blostein. I'm also in the current process of building up my website as well. So I'll have that and some boot camps coming up over the next little bit. But yeah, no, it's been an awesome journey and a really fulfilling one, helping people get into this awesome career.
Perfect. Oh, that was really cool. Thank you so much, Scott. I think if you're listening to this right now, go back 25 minutes ago. It's been an amazing interview today. We got a lot of good insights, tips and strategies and tricks, just like promised. And I appreciate it, Scott. Let's stay connected. And thanks so much for helping the community here.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Tech Sales Funnels podcast, where we crack the code and uncover the strategies to break into tech sales. If you found value in today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who's ready to hack their way into this exciting career. Remember, hacking into tech sales isn't just a goal, it's a mission. Let's keep hacking, learning, and winning together. Catch you next time.